Whoa. So the bakers out there may recognise my sand. It is in fact plain flour. So um, I didn't have any super fine sand to test. Didn't have any super coarse sand to test either. So one of the variables is the coarseness of the medium, so I decided to go low. And my flour works pretty well. Rats will come in and get it, cockroaches and stuff. I'm really tired, so I don't think I'll go with flour long term, but um, works better. Jesus Christ, I'm tired. Anyway, focus. Okay, so this pattern here is the first series pattern I've done that was generated, that is being generated on the fly. So I send a short snippet of Python code to the robot over MQTT, and it runs it only when it needs a new coordinate. So it doesn't have to load in 20 kilobytes or 40 kilobytes of pattern all at once into RAM. I just tell it how to generate its own patterns. And that works incredibly well. So the code that generates this pattern is, let me just do some clicking on my computer over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines of code. And so it has a little helper function that I've written to generate a series of points in a circle of a given radius and a number of points, and I just plugged in 8 and then the radius of the drawable area, and then told it to move to the center every so often. It's really amazing. This is a game changer. I don't know if I'll ever use pre-generated G-codes anymore. This just works so well. So I'm going to stop this video now and generate a new pattern and throw it on there and see how we go. Okay, you've been enjoying the dulcet tones of Kimiko Ishizaka and her rendition of the Open Goldberg Variations. I'm stopping the video here because it's gone tits up. So when it's drawing circles very close to the center, it seems that there's some sort of collision which makes things unhappy. I suspect that it is the the arm to homing arm that pokes out, and because the effector is being lifted up, the magnets are being lifted up or pushed down, one of the two, it's crashing into the opto switch, but I can't be sure. So anyway, let's talk about this flower. So it's silent, really. The only sound I can hear is that of the steppers, which I've cranked up for the purpose of this test. The power, I've cranked them up because I got sick of losing steps, but I've got some silent step sticks on the way, which should make them run much more quietly at a higher power level, so that's fine. Now, the flower is nice and soft, it moves out of the way, but it's clumpy, and I'd like to be able to see the patterns. Like right now you can see this is sort of just all ploughed, like there's no ridges, there's no lines or anything in it. And I'm not sure if I can solve that and still use flour. Maybe a thinner layer, like it pushes up a significant kind of berm around it, which I think obliterates the adjacent pattern that it made previously. So maybe the solution here is to just have a thinner layer of flour. Maybe it's really tightly optimized. Like it's, sorry, I'm not making any sense at all. I'll think about it. And obviously edible materials are not really a good idea, but for this test I think I've established that fine powders, as long as they don't clump like this flour does, should work all right. Okay, bye-bye. I don't really think Open Goldberg variations are dulcet per se, but they're nice, relaxing. And I really hope YouTube doesn't take this video down for copyright infringement on Creative Commons music. It's done that before. God damn it, YouTube. Okay, bye-bye.